Well, hello, good morning, and thanks so much for joining me in my shop here on November 27th, a day that has started out with snow falling. But the real snowfall is coming later tomorrow, and for some extended period, a fair bit of snow is going to fall here in Aurelia. But some snow out there now. Unhappy cats, that's for sure. So I glued this guy back in place yesterday, and time to tighten down this bracket here, kind of lock it in place. I think something I'll remember from now on is never push the buttons hard. Don't push the buttons hard. My wife is a hard button pusher. She goes to push the button on the radio. She doesn't just go tap. She goes, I don't know why, but she does. Okay, here we go. Let's push these buttons. Don't push them hard. Of course, they feel just fine. Very good. This one says, Tela something phono. CBL, which no longer exists. CBL 740 in Toronto. This one's blank. This is CKCL. Kitchener, I think this might be in. I'm not sure. CFRB still exists. 1010 in Toronto, and WBEN in Buffalo. Gives an idea where this radio was marketed, right around Toronto somewhere. So, okay, that's great. Now it's time to put the radio in, but that's got complications, which I want to think a bit about before I attempt it. So the complication is putting this in, getting this mounted back on the string. Tricky way. Sometimes there's a tricky way to get these out. Once in a while the slide part is cut back here. In fact, you can just slide it right out. Not this one. How did they get this now? Is this going to scratch the back of this glass if I'm fiddling around here? The answer might be yes. Worth taking the glass out. So there's a little bit of stuff on that, but it's on the surface here. Why would I want to take the glass out? Just to make the whole process more difficult. Run the risk of damaging the glass, or worse yet, even breaking it. Yeah, better to not do that. Okay, options are limited here. Now you can work these back onto a string. With the string in place. It just takes a little bit of fiddling, and that's going to be a little difficult because this is going to be up in the cabinet. This is actually attaching up here. What are these for? Oh, these are holding the lights. The lights are aimed right at the edge here. Oh. And what was the trick for that? How did that happen? Anybody see that? It's like a magic trick. Well, now it's out. I have to figure out how to get it back in. Oh boy. Oh, look at that. Walk it off and out. Now, is that going to help somehow? I have this mounted up. Wait a minute, it's going to go this way. And there it is. So everything's in the radio, and I got this. And I'm reaching in with my hand. What am I going to do? I still got to stick it on the string. The only advantage could be if this was already mounted on the string. How can I possibly do that? How would that be an advantage? I don't think so. You don't know how to get this in and out anyway. So if we have to revert to something like that, I know there is a possibility. So the order would have to be mount this in the radio, mount this in the cabinet, put the radio in, and then see what happens next. Okay, let's do this. And we'll have the speaker to deal with too. Okay, so the speaker, the screws here for that. Must be rubber grommets on the, or grommets. There are. So this is a collar that protects a grommet from being crushed too much by the nut. Now these, as is typical, these are common. These screws that are left in the cabinet, they have sharp points on them. So as you're putting the speaker in, if you're a little off left or right, you can just push it in, and one of these will go right through the cone. And you don't want that to happen. Put this up here out of the way. Now the speaker, is that on a plug? Is it on a plug or is it wired right in? Now to remember, it's on a plug. Thing is going to be, which way does the transformer hang? It's set up to the right. Where does it go? I don't recall. Down is probably not where it goes. Down would probably interfere with things. Up is probably not where it goes. This is aimed kind of inward. It's probably down. Didn't I just say it can't be down? No, this won't interfere with anything. Should I screw it all in there and find out it's not right? I think it is right. We're going to screw it all in there. Now, why do I think one of these was missing? One of these collars was missing. Right from the start. Because it's missing now. I seem to remember that. The other odd thing too is the 4 nuts that go with this. They're 2 different types. Why would that be? Okay, so I don't seem to have a collar to go down here, and I might have one, somewhere amidst all my little parts. Nothing comes to mind. I think I'm going to stop, just take a moment and see if I can find one of those collars. Yeah, time for coffee anyway. Didn't take too long to find one. Here's one I found. Here's one from the radio. And the problem here is they're not exactly the same. extra millimeter or two on the one I found. These are probably not compressing this anymore. The material they're compressing is probably shrunk. So in fact we're running the risk of a shaky speaker here by using these, especially the one I just grabbed here, which clearly is not seating low enough. I wonder if we should just see. The thing is that speaker vibrates a little bit. It'll shake anything loose over a long period of time. I'll just throw a washer on here and tighten it down a little bit. You know, how much is this radio going to be played? It's my own radio. Excuse me. Probably that's a better move. Just throw a washer on there and tighten it down a little bit, because why don't we do this? We put the nuts on the 3. We'll see how loose the speaker is, if that's really a concern. The speaker already makes funny noises. So this would just, you know, if this shakes, if the speaker were to shake in here, things were just right for that. It'd just be another additional noise. I see the support in the corner here, glued in. You see over here it's missing? You see the cabinet is separated here. But probably the wood is warped a little bit, and I'm not about to fix that. There's some other pieces like this in there, but I think the grip is given out. Another one missing up towards the front. This one. You can't see it, but there's another piece missing. So cabinet's weakened a little bit. Generally, these boxes that these radios come in are super duper. That's what I would say. Nothing like this is built anymore, I don't think. Is somebody somewhere building stuff like this? So I'm snugging these down. Because of the insert, they don't compress. Or if they do, they compress it only a little bit. I guess that's the idea, really, a little bit. Or you loose. I'd say no. I'd say it's not loose. I can tighten these a little more, but that shouldn't make any difference. Okay, not loose, but for sure, if I put this in an extra millimeter or two, just make it ineffectual for holding that corner of the speaker. So I'll put in, how about this? Like a plastic washer that came from something else. It's not big enough the way it is. Can I very quickly do something about that? Oh, it's perfect. The handle has come loose on this. That'll never do. What? Come on, really? I don't know. I don't think that's working. It worked. Worked enough. Now, what did I do with the nut? Where did the nut go? Uh-oh. I've gone and done something with the little nut. Here it is. We don't want to put a tool on this and power it down. That's not the idea. Okay, that's good. I am going to take a tool. I will use this. Just turn these a little bit tighter. And this one too, just a little bit. Good. Okay, speaker's in. All that's left now is to slide in the chassis. But I think it's time to have another coffee. I only made the coffee. I haven't drank any yet. Yeah. Good. Okay. Step by step. We're getting there. Okay, so I think the next step is to put in the dial piece. Now I don't remember reading anywhere where it said how to position the pointer. So obviously one way is to tune in a station, put the pointer where the station is, and assume if it works for that station, it'll work for all of them. That's probably the way it's got to go. Now get the top up. What about cleaning this glass? I forgot to clean the glass. Okay, I'm going to clean the glass and then we'll stick that in. Oops. Okay, like the rest of this, the radios isn't perfect, but because there is a little bit of stuff that's happened on the inside side of the glass, but I'm not going to attempt to do anything with that. There we go. So I'm going to put the 4 screws in, and then we'll look at how to put the radio and get the pointer on it. Okay, time to put the radio itself in. Okay, first thing, let's unplug the radio. Okay. See, the strings interfere with this. I've done this in the wrong order. Maybe this should have gone in after the chassis, but I can get away with this. Maybe not. This is going to work. What's going on up there? So the thing I'm worried about is breaking the string. Have to put the radio in further to clear this. It's getting caught on the switches. How's that supposed to work? Just get it past the switches, we're okay. Oh, guess what? Yeah, this isn't going to work. Because the speaker is interfering. So this whole speaker's got to be turned. Oops. Little mistake there. Okay, I'll turn the speaker and we'll try again. Okay, so I remember something now about this speaker. That is, these edges are cut. So I was about to put this back in like this. Well, it wasn't going to work. It's got to go in like this. It's got to be this way. There we are. Okay. Let's tighten down the screws and we'll have another run at putting the chassis back in there. Okay, attempt number 2. We'll try. This wire that's cracked a bit, but I think I'm just going to leave it. It's just one spot right there. Okay, we need to pull this like that. Don't think it matters. Here we go. Ooh, that's pretty good. Just going right in. The light's in the wrong spot. Let's just take a look. See what we got here. There it is. Kind of feel for the pointer. Oh, I'm up above the. There it is. Okay, pretty awkward. We got these sticking out now. So put this face down. I got to think about these. Hang them over the edge of the bench here. Next step. If I tip this forward, There's a good chance the whole radio is gonna like roll inside the cabinet here. Get it a fair ways forward, something like that. Now, how can I make it steady like this? Yikes. That's not going to be steady. Let's try this one. That's not bad. Okay, that's a bit of an angle I can work on, I think. Put a little light on the topic here. Okay, I see right away this wire has gotten tangled up behind the string. Oh, that's bad. That's really quite bad. It's also pinned. pinned down here. This is the wire that needs to plug in back here. I've got it in a bad way here. Oh my gosh, what's happened to it? It's way down under the speaker here somehow. There we go. A little like moving a fish hook, you know. There we go. This is not how this is supposed to be done. I'm sure. I'm trying not to, you know, kink the wire. Oh boy. Okay, come on now. Okay, I think I salvaged that situation. Wow. Hope I didn't break any wires there. This guy's gonna go in here. Okay, it looks good. The real challenge. Oh, I've left the twist tie here. This is what was holding the pointer, the temporary pointer. This was the temporary pointer. I forgot to remove it. Patience, man. Patience. Show patience. So between the last video segment and this segment, I went grocery shopping. And it has snowed, with just a little bit. It's not enough to cause anybody any grief. There we go. That's a sign of things to come. What's happened here? So I have a pulley here. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. I'm looking, I can see a pulley, but I don't see a string on it. But the string is actually just going down the other side of it. So it doesn't go around it. Whew. Thinking, oh my God, I've broken the string. But no, I have not broken the string. Okay, the pointer. Oh boy. This is, it's a little crowded up in there, but looks like this is the clearest area to work on. So I would want this string to be all the way that way. A little squeaky. It's all the way this way. Yeah. Now the pointer. The thing about doing it here is there isn't a lot of string slack to work with. So it's pretty tricky to get it into this without breaking the string. I'm going to try. Now there's a couple ways of doing this. You just start at one edge and kind of work it in. Or we put it in the middle and try to work it around the edges. Tipping this a lot is really helpful. You know, tipping it. You can't really tip it. You can't tip it. It's locked in on the sliding surface there. So again, not a lot of slack in this string. to do this with. So I could dismount the string off one of the wheels, provide slack, and then mount it back on the wheel. But as soon as I take it off, like let's say I dismount it from this wheel, it let the string fall in around the shaft here. That'll put slack in it, but there's a good chance it's going to start falling off every other wheel. And next thing you know, I'll have to, that'll be a problem. Well, we'll try a few things and get a feel for the situation here. Maybe it's not as difficult as I imagined. Get my special tools here. I don't know. I don't think I can do this. I don't think it's doable. I want to come. Which way do we want to go? So I want to go over. Oh boy. I don't know if I can do it with my finger in there. Push it. So this is a specially shaped tool. So I can not only pull on things, I can push on things. Push on the string. I think I'm going to cut it if I do this. No, this is not going to work. This is not going to work out. Okay. Suppose I grab it with some pliers and try to work it. I kind of knew this moment was coming all the way along. Where are you going? Don't slide away. That's what's going to happen here. So I'm so close to the wheel, there's really no slack in this string I can fool with. I don't think this is going to work out. Okay, we're going up this way. Okay, this is quite a dilemma here. Another complete alternative is chassis out and the plate out, fit this on, and then holding all that stuff, put it back together, which I think sounds like suicide. I don't know what to do here. We got trouble. Let's get a closer look at it. Okay, so just looking at it there, it would look like I could flip the string around behind all three of those tabs, let's call them tabs, and then pull it through the slots to hook it around that center wide tab back on this side. And that would be a matter of catching the string and pulling it against quite a few sharp edges there. If I had more slack in the string, this would be easier to do. So, considering the opportunities for slack, so where could we do that? So we could dismount it off this wheel. This wheel's fairly exposed. I'd let it fall not off the back, but down around the center shaft there. That would produce a lot of slack. And we run the risk of it dismounting back in here, where I'm going to have a heck of a time getting it all back on. So I'm going to dismount it, but not let so much slack develop that we get into trouble. Now there is an opportunity over here. Like this one, you're pulling it off both sides. You're getting quite a bit of slack. This one's only like a quarter travel on the wheel, so I think there'll be less slack here, and this is right near where I'm working. because what's going to happen here is if I loosen this off, the string is slack, and I start working over here, I will dismount it from all this stuff myself. And then that's just going to get more complicated. And it looks like there's a little hooky thing here that's keeping the string from coming off. I've never seen a protection like this. Keeping the string from, well, it could still come off the pulley and fall off both sides, but I guess it can't fall far because this bracket here is going to catch it. You can come on the inside, get caught by the center shaft, or on the outside, get caught by this little grippy thing. It's still liable to dismount everywhere. So hang some kind of weight from the string here in the middle. Just a little weight. Just enough to pull on it and keep some tension all the time. Then it's much less likely to dismount. Now what kind of thing would I hang on there? Something with some weight to it. I think that's going to be heavy enough. Hang on here like that. I mean, it's better than nothing, but I think I need more weight than this. More weight. Then I can just hang on it. Heavy weight hanging on it. Well, okay, I'm going to hunt around a little bit for such a thing. Okay, so what I've done is I've hung a chunk of solder on it. This. Just some solder hanging here from it. I'm going to try to dismount it over here. Hopefully my whole theory holds weight here. Can you dismount it easily? Is there even space for it to dismount? Coming forward. Did it get slack? Something happened. Where did it come off? Oh no. Okay, so it's come off the back here. It's just hanging over the top. Okay, let's go to work. So, what we'll do is, yeah, this is tricky. I'm gonna get my hand in there. Hey, what's going on? My tripod's collapsing here. And in. So I think the theory was to go up in behind. And now somehow I got to hook this and bring it around the front. Gotta be able to do it with this. Okay, I've got the strength, but that just lifted the whole thing right up. Supposed to be underneath. Oh, that's not going to help. Okay, over the top, and under the bottom. This could go on for quite a while. There's so many difficulties with this. Through, man, through, go through. I got the first one. Okay. Now this side, I hold the string back with my thumb, up and over. I actually got it. I got it. It's actually on there. Now the problem is to remount the string. Without having it. So I can hook it down here. hook it. See, it's still in its proper spot here. I can grab it and just slide up here like this. And now it's behind it. No, it's not behind it. It's in front. Okay. Onto the wheel. Really, you're having trouble seeing this? I'm having trouble seeing it too. Did that go on the wheel? It sure looks like it. Turn the wheel. Okay, what's oh, I still got the weight hanging here. Get the weight off. Look at, can you see this thing? That's not too good. How come it's doing that? Well, why would you do that? Something funny about how it's... It should be not possible. It should be not possible to do that. So I think it was slid forward. Well, you know, it's not doing what I thought it was doing. It's rotating a bit. How come? Is there something funny with the string up in here? Oh. No, the string feels normal. It's definitely on this pulley again. What's that all about? Well, maybe turning it by the wheel is causing a problem. Let me turn it by the dial. Get around here and get a grip on it. No, same effect. So here the string is out from this panel about a quarter of an inch. That's the distance to the thing here. It matches with the wheel. But on this side over here, it's a little closer. Does that matter? Okay, what happens if I travel it right across? Oh, that's terrible. Just look at, see the string. The string is not on. Somewhere it's come off. Can you see the slot? You can't really see it, can you? Yeah. See the string bopping up and down at the bottom there? There's slack in it. Where did it come from? Where did the slack come from? Fell off this wheel. Fell off this wheel. Not on this wheel. Hey. Hey, it's not on this wheel. It's not on that wheel. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's right off. I thought I had it on. I don't know what's catching here. Somewhere the string breaks. See, I thought I had it up there when I didn't really have it all the way. Still don't. Oh, something just fell into place, I think, there. Okay, I think I got it this time. It's on the wheel here. Did it dismount itself? Okay, let's do some tuning. Okay, so it's still got the shimmy, but it's not nearly as bad. Terrible sounding, isn't it? Sounds like an old radio. You never really want to lubricate these surfaces up here, the sliding surface. If you do, you'd use something like a bit of soap or something like that, because any lubrication on here has a chance to run down the front, get on the glass on the inside, or I guess that's not so likely with this one, but it still has the possibility of running down the back panel and showing up as a stain, because oil has a way of flowing, right? Okay. Now, what's next? These lights are all in the wrong spot. Can I possibly get them through here? underneath it and behind. There we go. Oh, I need more light bulbs too. Okay, so we just hang these out here for now, and I can decide what to do with them, because it does have the roughed up wire. Just hang them out of the radio at the back here. You better plug this in before I forget. Okay, now this is not screwed down, so it can move. At this point it can move left and right, but once you screw it down, there's or even just put the screws in, there's very little movement, I believe. Let's take a look at the front of this and see what we've got happening. Okay, a little bit of tuning. Scraping at the bottom here. You don't want that. That's part of what you're hearing, I think, too. This also causes, if the bottom of the pointer, is scraping on the glass, then as you tune it, the bottom of the pointer sticks, and the carriage starts doing this. So you get this effect as you tune it back and forth. You can kind of see it there a little bit. It's not that bad, but in some radios it gets pretty bad. Well, so that's one thing. That could be the radio's too far forward. No, because this is independent of the radio chassis position. That's right. This is independent of the radio chassis position. Or is it? The pointer is connected to the chassis. So if I slide the chassis, I'll slide the pointer a little bit. Really means the chassis has to be fixed in place before you do the final frequency check. And you can see the radio. You can look at the dials, the things. You can see the radio's offside a little bit, so I'll just center it. There we are. Anything else worth looking at? What happens when you take it all the way to one side? Right, because the pointer is just on the string, basically in a random place. So we get all the way to the 55 dot, which I'm sure is not far enough, and this will probably go too far over. Yeah, way off. So we get some idea already of the positioning of the pointer. We would want the pointer to be a little bit this way. So here's the thing about moving a pointer in these radios. You think you gotta grab the string and hold it, and then move the pointer, and that's true. But you don't grab it on the side you might think. You think, okay, I'm gonna move the pointer to the right here, so I'll grab it over here, so the string doesn't move. Now I'll move the pointer, but in fact, the opposite is the way to do it. You actually hold it on the other side and then move the pointer towards what you're holding onto. It sets up a slackening in the wire, or the string going through the pointer. If you do it the other way, when you go to push the pointer, the string will tighten up and grab the pointer more. You'll start fighting with that and break the string. Okay, I think I'm done for today. I don't think I'm going to test the radio today. Tomorrow we got to fit these wires back on, give the radio a test, examine where the pointer is relative to the dial, see if I got close at all, and then it's a question of making adjustments by sticking my hand or tools in here and turning these adjustments. I'm just testing there. Wow. Well, this one's a little tough to do. Those are the oscillator adjustments. The IF adjustments would be fine. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good for today. I got about as far as I sort of the minimal distance I wanted to get today, which is a radio back in the chassis and the pointer back on the string and everything ready to go for some more check work tomorrow. Very good. It's looking good. Especially, once again, applying the rule of distance. The further away you go, the better that radio looks. Pretty good. I like it. Considering it was pretty much a basket case when I started. Great. Thanks a lot for watching today, and tomorrow I'll try to finish it off, although I tend to make that claim fairly regularly. See ya.